So in the previous session, we have discussed about primary key, foreign key, check constraint, and then default, right? So now let's discuss the other two, which is unique constraint and then foreign key constraint, right? So we had a discussion, but we didn't implement in the table level, right? So let me create another table with department, okay? And we'll see. So to create a table, create table, table name, and then department ID, int. I'll just use unique, okay? And then employee ID. So here we just need to give foreign key, right? So to give foreign key is foreign key references employee of EID, right? Which is it is referencing to employee table of column employee ID. That is what it meant, right? Foreign key references employee table employee ID column, which is foreign key column, right? So now since we have referenced this employee table employee ID column, whatever the IDs values which are there in the employee ID in the employee table, only those values you have to enter here. If you enter other than that, it won't accept it. So let's check that one. Okay, while inserting the data, I'll show you. And department name. Okay, so this is my table creation script, and connect, point the database to October 2021, and then execute it. Okay, table has been created. If you want, you can refresh and double check it. Right click and then refresh. Right, can you see department here? And if you do select star from department now, there won't be any data. Select star from DEPT. Okay, so we need to insert values into it. So while inserting values, so let's see, insert into department values, and for department ID, I'll just give 101, and then employee ID 1111, and department name is CSC. Okay, this is my first value. So do you think it will insert or not? This is my primary key table data. Let's check. Okay, so it inserted one row. So this is how the data looks like. And then second row I'm going to insert here 201 4444, and department is ECE. Do you think it will insert now?
No, sir. No idea. Because primary there is no idea.
Sorry.
Primary.
It will
Yeah.
not insert as 4444 is not present in employee table.
Yeah. See the primary key value, the primary key table employee ID column. The value which we are giving here in the foreign key is not representing here, right? It is not there, so it won't insert. So let's try that. Can you see? So it is saying the conflict with the foreign key constraint occurred in the database October 2021 column employee ID, right? So this is how the error messages it will throw when you are trying to insert the values which are not there on the primary key column, right? So if you give the proper value, it will insert. So that is how the referential integrity works, which is foreign key, right? So once you're referencing any table, you have to enter only those values. Okay. So and then unique. Let's say if I don't give any department ID here. Okay. And employee ID is 3333. And let's say department is mech, and we have to pass column names here, right? So employee ID and then department name, right? So this is how we have to insert values when you are inserting only few columns in a table, right? So I have specified the column names and I'm inserting data into it. So one row is affected. Can you see a null value in the department ID, right? So now if I insert it again, 2222 will work for civil department also. Do you think it will accept or not?
No, it won't answer.
Why?
The duplicate values.
Unique will allow only one null variable.
It accepts only one null value.
Correct. So duplicate value it will insert, but the thing is here null value only one can be inserted in a table. Why? Because the unique key constraint we have applied here. So unique key will allow at most one null value, which means only one null value will insert. So let's try that. See, cannot insert a duplicate key in the object department, and the duplicate key is null, right? So it will not accept more than one null value in a table. So let's give the department ID as well in the insert statement. So if I give department ID as 404, do you think it will accept now? Since we have a duplicate key here, do you think this duplicate will allow?
No, sir.
Yes.
No.
No, sir.
Why? Foreign key will allow duplicate records, right?
It will accept foreign key, will accept all the duplicates.
Yeah, foreign key will accept both duplicate and null values, right? See here, I mean here, definition. It will allow both duplicate and then null values, right? So it will accept. One row is affected. You can check the data now. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any concerns?
Sir, will you repeat again?
Sorry?
First one about references.
About references, see, the syntax which you are using is, as I told you, foreign key has to reference the primary key table,
Yes,
primary key table column name, right? So that is how you need to give the syntax. So which references the primary key table.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? No. Okay. So now I'm gonna insert values from one table to another table. How can I insert? How can we insert a values from another table? Let's say an example is I want to insert data of employee table into employee. How to do that? Whatever the data which is having in employee, I want to insert into the employee table. I got my point. Let me tell you. Insert data into employee from employee. Any idea? So earlier we have discussed to insert data based on manual values, right? You are inserting data manually. Now if you want to insert data from existing table, then Any idea? The first thing is you can try the syntax of insert into table name, right? That is same. So let's try insert into table name, and then to select data from any other table, we have to write select star from. That's it, right?
All from
Sorry.
Insert into table name. Open the braces. Select star from which table we want to insert the data. We can give the table name.
Correct. Right. So brackets is not mandatory, so we can use it or did not use, that's fine. So this is the
Okay.
syntax to insert the table data from another table. But do you think it will work now? This is the table structure. Do you think it will work? See? It will throw error message saying that column name or number of supplied values doesn't match, right? What is that issue?
how many column names in employee is different from this one?
So
We
here
have
I
to
mean, what-
in the source table we have 4 columns, but in the destination, which means the insert table is having only 3 columns.
2 columns.
While inserting data, we have 3 columns, but while selecting, we have 4 columns. So this is not possible, right? Inserting 4
Yes.
columns get into 3 columns. So you have to
Yes.
specify the column list. Okay. Always while inserting data from another table, try to specify column names. Okay. So employee ID and then employee name and employee age, right? And here also while selecting, select the list of columns which you want to insert, which is employee ID. Star you will give the all column names, employee name, then employee age. That's it. Okay, insert into table name, select column list from another table name. So whatever the data which you are inserting, that will call as a destination table, and from where we are selecting data, that will call it as a source table. Source in the sense, this is the source table to insert data into this destination. That is what it meant, right? So we are taking data from this table, that is source, and we are inserting data into it. This is destination, will call source table and then destination table. Source table is from where the data we are selecting, and destination table is in which table we are inserting data, right? So before inserting, let me check the table data here, how many records are there. Okay, and then we'll get to know how many records got inserted. Select star from table name. We have 2 rows. And how about the source table? Let's check. Source table has how many records? It has 3 rows. So these 3 rows should get inserted into this value, this table, right? So let me execute. 3 rows are affected. Can you see now the data? 5 records, existing 2 records, and then again 3 more records inserted from the employee table here, this table. Clear, guys? How to insert data to existing table from existing table?
Yes.
Amar sir,
Yeah.
at the below you are getting results, right? Results and the message. Yeah, results and the message tab, but we are not getting results tab, sir.
Results tab we are not getting.
Yes, sir.
I think we should enable the option. Maybe I'll tell you. I'll check.
Okay.
Maybe in the view or tools you'll get it. You are getting only message even if you do select star from table name.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And are you able to remove and then get it this tab? The keyword for this is control R. If you do control R, it will remove, and then if you click on control R again, it will get back this window. Okay.
I did not try that, sir. I'll try now.
Yeah. This is control R. So if you do control R, the tab will be removed, and then if you click on again control R, it will get back. Okay. So try to check that, maybe take a help of Google, you'll get it. So how to get the results tab in SQL Server, whatever the version you are using. Okay.
Okay, sir.
By default it should come, but yeah, if you are not getting, let me know. I'll check and let you all know. Okay. All of you are facing the same issue.
No,
Okay. I think
No, sir.
okay. Yeah, guys, if you want to check your server name, just type select @ server name and then execute it. You can see which version of SQL Server. This one. This will give server name. @ version will give which version of SQL Server you are using. Mine is 2012, right? So you can check this and then search in Google how to enable a results tab in Microsoft SQL Server 2012 or 2019, whatever it is, right? So if you do select @ version, it will give the version name. This is the system default global variable will call. Okay, @ version @ server name. So there are two other going forward we'll discuss. Okay. So now we have inserted data into existing table from existing table. But let's say I want to create a new table with the existing table without using a create statement. I want to create a table. My requirement is I want to create a table by using existing table without using create statement. Right? How to do that? I think you will not be having idea. Okay. So how to create a table by using existing table without using create statement. See, this is my existing table, let's say, and I want to create using this, but I should not use create statement, right? That is what my requirement. So if I do select star from this table, you can see 3 rows. But if you want to create a new table, only table structure, not the data. So you need to write syntax is select star into and your new table name. Let me give employee underscore temp. This is my new table name, which is temporary of this one. Okay, the naming convention. So you can give any name and then where 1 equals to 2. This query will create a table by using existing table structure without inserting data. Data will not insert, only table will get created. Okay, so let's check that. Execute. Your request affected. So if I do select star from now on this table, select star from here. See, the table has been created. If you want, I can refresh here and check it. Refresh. Yeah, can you see here the same structure, 4 columns? Yeah. Okay, but what is the difference here is if you create with this way, primary keys or any other keys, it won't get created here. See, can you see primary key here? No, right? Okay.
No, sir.
Yeah. So this is also point you need to consider. If you create a table by using existing table, then the keys will not be created. Let's say here primary key is here, and you cannot see the primary key here in the newly created table, right? That is one thing you need to note. And let's say if you want to create a table along with the data, then we have to use where 1 equals to 1. If you use or doesn't use also fine. Let's say if I won't use this one, where clause, it will directly create and insert data. Okay, let me truncate this table or let me drop it. We'll create again. Drop table, table name. See, once you execute any drop or delete, right? So try to delete it from the query window. Why? Because by mistake, if you are created, if you clicked on execute without selecting any query here, or you control E on you from your keyboard, all the queries will get execute, right? So by mistake, again the truncate or drop executes, then the table will get dropped, right? So be careful in the real time when you are working with delete, truncate or drop. So once you use those commands, try to delete it from the window. Make use that practice. Okay. So here, without any filters here, I am using the syntax. So now 3 rows affected. Can you see? So table data along with structure is created now. Okay. So if you use where 1 equals to 2, it will get the only table structure. Data will not insert. If you doesn't use where class, if you execute straight away, both table structure and data will get created. Or if you use 1 equals to 1, also same. It will create table and also it will insert data, right? So this is also another technique. They might ask you in interview. Okay. Either they'll ask you a question this way, whatever I have written here, or they'll give you a query. If I write this query, what will happen? They'll ask. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So my requirement is, see here every time employee ID, I am trying to insert values explicitly, right? So I don't want to insert values explicitly, right? So I want to insert values automatically here, auto increment. So how to get that? Let's see. So I'm creating a table, create table, and then emp underscore identity. This is the table name and the column name is employee ID int. So to get auto increment, we can use identity column. Okay. Identity property, we'll call it as identity of. If you use 1, 1, which means starting value is 1, starting with 1, increment by 1 every time, right? So first value will be 1, second value will be 2, third value will be 3, so on, right? If you give 10, then first value will be 1, second value will be 10 plus 1, 11, third value will be 21, and so on, right? So initial value and then increment value will call here. Okay. And then simply I'll just give 2 columns here, name, worker of 20. So this is another concept, identity column. It will automatically insert values into this column. I think closing brace is missing. Okay. So now, if I want to insert data into table, insert into emp underscore identity values. Let's see if I want to insert 10 and then name is Amar. Let's see whether it will accept or not. What it is saying, explicit value cannot be inserted, right? Which means for identity column, we cannot insert a value explicitly. So let me remove it. Okay. Let me insert only Amar and row is affected. But did you observe, guys, when we have 2 columns in a table and when we are trying to insert only one value, do you think that query is the insert statement will allow to execute? No, right? You have to specify the column list here.
No.
If you are having 2 columns and if you are giving value for only one, you have to specify the column list in the tables, right? But for
Yes, sir.
identity, you don't need to mention that. It will automatically treat this column is having identity. No need to insert value for this. I'll insert automatically. The system will identify that. Okay, the system will automatically insert. So now if you check table data, automatically ID value 1 is inserted. So if I insert one more value, the second value, if I execute it, can you see 11, which means I have set the increment value by 10, which means 1 plus 10, 11, right? And then if I insert one more value, okay, what happens? It will be 21. Clear? 21. Clear, guys? The identity value, it will automatically increment the values. Okay. And then if you want to insert values into a table, then guys, can you all hear any background noise like crow?
I don't have, sir.
No, right? No background noise.
It's there. It's there.
It's there for us.
Yeah, it's raining here, so next to our house there are a lot of trees, so you can hear some bird sounds. Okay, so
sir.
here, yeah. So here you can see the values, but let's say assume if you want to insert your manual value, then how to insert? Let's say I want to insert a value is 2 here. Will it accept?
No, sir.
No, it will, sir. It will.
Now it will not. Why? Because we cannot insert the value explicitly here, right? So to insert value explicitly, we need to give set identity underscore insert on table name, identity underscore insert table name on. This you need to execute it. Have executed. Now if you try to give, what it is saying, we can only be specified when column list is used, which means we have to provide the column list.
Column name.
Yeah, let's provide column names, employee ID and then name, right? So can you see? Now we can insert value. So if you do select star from table name, you can see this too, which means by default set identity underscore insert will be off, right? Once you turn it on, then we can insert values manually. So you can insert 3 also now. Okay. See. Okay. And again, if you don't want to insert manually, you can set it off. Set identity underscore insert off. Then you cannot insert identity values manually. It will throw error. Right? Clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do now is I'll do delete data from the table. Okay. And if you want to fetch last identity value, you can just use select @ identity. It will just gives last identity value in this table. 3 is the last identity value. Okay. Now assume if I'll insert value, which value will get insert? 3 or what? Which value will get insert? We have 21, we have 3, right? Now which value will insert? 31 or 13?
31.
Any other answers?
13, sir. 13.
Will insert 31. Remember this as well. Okay. Clear? Once you insert manual values and once you make the table as again auto increment, it will consider the previous value of auto incremented value and then it will increment that one, not this one. Okay. Not the manual value. Clear? And then I'll delete data from the table. Delete from here. So now maximum value is 31 is there, right? So I'll delete data all 6 rows are deleted. If I insert value now, which value will insert, 1 or 41?
41.
Let's check that. I have inserted data 41, right? So let's say I'll truncate table name. I'm truncating data. If I insert value now which value will insert, 1 or 51?
1.
1, sir.
Why? The other result came 41. You are guessing this one as 1. Yes,
Why?
it will
Because
be
we
1.
had truncated.
Truncate will delete more full data.
Correct. So the truncate will, if you have an identity column, if you do truncate, the identity value will get reset. Reset in the sense, again, it will start from the first value, right? But if you do delete data from a table, the identity value will get inserted from the last inserted value. Clear?
Yes, sir.
This is also one more difference between truncate and delete. If you have identity, if you delete the data, then it will insert from the last identity value. But if you truncate, the identity value will get reset. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. We have joins concept next. Identity property is done. So do we need to take class tomorrow or we'll connect on Monday?
Sir,
We'll
We'll
Monday.
take it on
Monday.
Monday, sir.
Monday. Okay. So we'll take tomorrow off, and then guys, try to, whoever did not install the software, install it. And whoever did not practice up to date, try to
Can we
practice.
extend time, sir?
Time to?
Can we, the class will start from 9 a.m.
Yeah, maybe we'll discuss on Monday. Okay. Maybe from Tuesday onwards. Let everyone join on Monday, and then we'll discuss. Okay. Monday again, it will be 8:30 only. We'll discuss on Monday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Oh.
Thanks for joining. We'll connect on Monday again. Okay.
Okay. Please send the video, sir.
Sure.